She is a young English teacher who graduated cum laude, obtained an internship and worked in Vietnam, and now she is in France teaching and working on her master's degree. But before I introduce our next guest, I would like to remind everyone to please click on the subscribe button and the bell button so that you get notification every time a new video is released. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Axelle Napala.
Hi, Ate. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you for being here today. Um, so we're going
It's an honor. Thank you for having me.
so we're going to start with you telling everybody where you're from and a little bit about yourself.
Okay, yeah, my name is Axelle Napala. I was born and raised in a town called Sugod, which is located in the eastern part of the Philippines. I currently reside in Toulouse, France, in the south of France. I am a teacher. I am also a research assistant, and to top everything off, a student, a smart edtech student in the University Côte d'Azur.
So can you tell us what you went to school for and what is your degree and where you obtained that?
I studied my tertiary education at University of Southern Leyte State University, Tomas Alpes campus. I finished a bachelor's degree in elementary education in 2016. So yeah,
And you graduated cum laude. Is that correct?
yes,
Good,
that's right.
congratulations.
Thank
Um,
you.
so in college, you were president of the Educators Club, and you said the club helped students in different ways. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, actually, we did a lot of projects, and one of our main, let's say, project of the year was doing tutorials to students who are having difficulties at different schools that surrounds our campus. At that time, the dropout rate for elementary schoolers was very low. So we wanted to help those students to avoid going out of school and doing something else. Apart from that, we also did a lot of community and coastal cleanup because our campus was very near to is near to the bay, and yeah, we did a lot of projects that involves the community. We did some volunteering as well. During December, we did some gift giving activities, especially for kids who were attending in hinterland schools. That is, again, around our campus.
So, who or what is your inspiration in becoming a teacher?
Well, I get this question a lot. And my usual response would probably be my parents. Both of my parents actually work in the educational domain. And when I was younger, I always see how big of an impact they have made to their students, and that somehow inspired me to also follow their footsteps. And yeah, I love languages as well. So I became an English teacher. So
You went to Vietnam. You had an internship and you worked there for a couple of years. Can you tell us more about that?
well, actually, I came to Vietnam twice. I went to Vietnam twice. The first time was in 2015. I did an internship there for 3 months. And then I came back to the Philippines. I graduated. I passed my licensure exam, and then in 2017 I came back. But this time I came back for work, for an official teaching job. And basically, that all happened because my university had a partnership with a university called Chavin in Vietnam, which is located in the south. And they basically offered me a job, a teaching job, after I did an internship there. So that was the situation that I was facing at that time. So yeah, I saw it as an opportunity to also go outside of my box, so outside of my comfort zone. So I'm glad I did it. So yeah.
And then now you are in France. So how did you move from Vietnam to France? How did that happen?
Well, actually, it was a very long process. I wasn't expecting to be moving to France at all. When the decision of me moving in France actually came when I was still in Vietnam. I wanted to advance in my studies, and at that time, I applied for different scholarships for a master's degree in Australia. But I was kind of like rejected because it's either the scholarship application has already been taken or someone else is more qualified, and an opportunity came actually. So someone actually told me schools or universities in France are really nice. The campus life is nice. It will be suited for me to just go in France. So I tried applying for a French language school at first because one of the requirements was actually to learn French in order for you to be in a French university. And I got accepted. So I somehow saw that one as like a sign of me moving here in France. So that was one of the reasons that I actually decided to move here. So
And you've been there for how long now?
I've been here for almost 2 years now. Oh no, actually 2 years now. Yeah, it's January. So, yeah.
So what were the challenges that you faced moving to two different countries, and how did you overcome them?
Oh, I think one of the main challenge that I actually faced was the language barrier. So both Vietnam and France they're not known to speak English, or let's say they're not known to really speak English in a voluntary way. So that was my main challenge, and I was able to overcome this one by attending tutorial sessions, language tutorial sessions, and I attempted study Vietnamese, but it was just really difficult. So I can only understand like really the basic ones. But for French, I can say that I can. My comprehension level has improved, and I can speak a little bit as well. I can write, read in French, but yeah. So
That's
that's
awesome.
basically how I overcome that.
So far in your young life, what do you consider your greatest accomplishment?
This is a big question. Actually, I noticed that whenever people are asked this question, they would tend to give responses in relation to their profession or to their studies. But actually, for me, my greatest achievement would be whenever I conquer my fears, because of course, like achieving something in relation to profession or studies are huge achievements. They are stuff that you are somehow proud of. But for me, I'm more proud of the little things, like conquering fears. I consider it as something that shapes the person that I am today. Before, I used to have fears of heights, but now I adore activities that involves jumping off a cliff or jumping out of the plane, something like that. Before, I'm really scared of doing interviews. I'm scared about public speaking. I was scared about the little things that involves socializing with other people. But now I think I'm still working on it, but yeah, I think I would say that I'm somehow better than before.
I am with you on that. Conquering fears, that's one of your greatest achievement. Anybody can have whatever your fear is. Heights, like you said. Um, so you know how it's very difficult for Filipino women to find employment outside of the Philippines, and unless it involves the healthcare industry or the caregiving industry. So,
Mhm.
how did you do it?
Well, actually, as I mentioned earlier, deciding to live and work in Vietnam was like one of my first steps to go, to go outside of my comfort zone, to go outside what the things that I'm used to. So for me, it took a lot of dedication and effort, hard work, drive, all those things. It took a lot of patience as well. But I would say that if you are really passionate about something and if you want that, as long as you really work hard on it and be determined, I think you can achieve it. Yeah, I would say, but I also don't really want to take all the credits because I was lucky enough to have met people who helped me along the way. So yeah.
So you are very young. What is next for you? I know you're going for your master's degree and you're working right now. I think you're taking a few courses for languages still.
Actually, as of the moment, I'm only trying to finish my master's and hopefully to finish with flying colors. But at the same time, I also really want to be efficient in my job as a research assistant. But what I really want to pursue next is to move forward on my project that I'm currently in partnership with a language center in Vietnam. So this language center is called AIM, and it has a it was recently opened by a really close friend of mine in Vietnam, and we are doing a project called After School Collaborative English Workshops, which gives opportunities to Vietnamese children the chance to to practice their English language skills while doing hands-on collaborative workshops. So that's what I'm trying to focus on, and hopefully we can have a head start this year.
So does that mean you're gonna be going back to Vietnam sometime?
I'm going to be working on it remotely, and I have some people who I can trust with this project in Vietnam. So yeah.
So besides teaching and working, going to school, what do you like to do in your spare time?
I like to do crafts, arts and crafts. I like to paint. I love to sketch whatever that comes to my mind. Recently, I also love to bake, to experiment on food in general. I also love music. I don't have my guitar here with me, but I do have my partner's ukulele, so I usually play with it. So yeah, that's the things that I somehow find amusing. And hopefully this summer we can also do some diving. I love the sea. I love exploring places. So yeah.
You also love to travel, don't you?
Yes. Forgot about that. That's important. But yes, I do.
With for all the travels that you've done so far, what is your favorite place and why?
That would be the Vatican. We went to Vatican last year, and it was breathtaking. I couldn't even describe it. I think I don't know. I would just. It was just an experience that is once in a lifetime. I would say. I wasn't expecting to even see the Pope, to even be blessed by the Pope, or to even attend a mass that was held at the Saint Peter's Basilica. So that was my highlight of all the trips that I've had. So yeah.
Wow, wonderful. So, um, for young people out there who is aspiring to be like you, what is your advice to them?
There's this one French quote that I really love. It goes, "Vous êtes, votre seule limite," which basically translates as "You are your only limit." So I would somehow say to them that nothing is impossible as long as you really work hard on what you're passionate for. And of course, expect for real results because sometimes we tend to be really imaginative, and by the end of the day we get disappointed by what the results are. So yeah, be realistic. Rejection is part of the process. Maybe you're being rejected by something because there's something better that will be given to you. Be patient, of course, because everything takes time. Timing is everything. So yeah, I think that's what I will say to the younger people.
Those are very good words and advice. So thank you, Axelle, for being here. And I'm sure your parents are very proud of you, as I am.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. It was fun. This is fun, actually.
And this is Margie Bruce here at Global Inspiration, where you need to be seen, you need to be heard, and be an inspiration to the world.